I started the next program, I think the last week in April, something like that, and I'll be 69 in July. So I've had diabetes since I was 55, so that would take me back, 14, 15 years now. And all the stuff that I'd been eating that I thought was good for me, we eat around this part of the country, like meatloaf and it has crackers in it, you know. The salmon patties that my wife makes have crackers in them, and goulash has noodles in them, and on and on I could go about this, and none of this stuff worked for me. Once I started, all of a sudden I found out, man, this stuff is terrible. It's running my blood sugar right through the roof. And I'd been doing this for all these years and not even knowing how bad it was, because usually I only took my blood sugar once a day, and I'd be around just before supper time, and with the medication and stuff I was on, it normally kind of looked good then, pretty decent, and I thought, well, hell, everything's going good, but boy, was I wrong. Now, I started out, when I got into this, I knew I had to do something. I weighed 261 pounds. I'm only a little over 5'7" tall. It was just getting totally out of hand as far as my weight goes. And I tried Nutrisystem and you name it on the diets, and I couldn't make none of that stuff work. I hated that food, and I just didn't lose any weight. I did a couple other things that almost made me sick, damn near died. And then I got a hold of this thing, and in the last, a little over 30 days, I've lost 20 pounds. My blood sugar numbers are coming in a whole lot better than they used to. Most of the time it's normal. I'm on my third sensor. You'll have a little bit of deals with these. They work really great. The ice cream thing was pretty amazing. I never, that one just didn't, I never ever thought that would work. I'm still working a lot. I'm finding, to tell you the truth, most of the things I'm learning right now are stuff that I can't eat. This afternoon, I tried a baked potato. I thought I could probably eat that just fine, and that didn't work out either. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. Once I find all these other things, I'll get rid of all the ones that I know that I can't eat. Then I'll start doing a little more experimenting as far as other things. But I can eat steak really good. I can eat hamburger. Doesn't seem to bother. We put onions in our hamburgers. Onions apparently don't have any effect. I can eat fried eggs. They don't bother me. One thing I thought was funny, I ate a lot of ham because I thought it was high protein, it was good for me. Shit, that was terrible. Apparently the sugar they cure it with is exactly what you don't want. Blueberries I thought would be good for me. They don't work. Black raspberries do not work. But the whole thing about this is strawberries don't seem to bother. The whole thing about this is you need to find out these things that don't work and then avoid them. That's the most important thing, get this thing under control, and then you can kind of tiptoe along into this other stuff and figure out where you're at from there. At least that's my plan. Eating a mixture that I'd made for years, scrambled eggs, ground pork, potatoes and onions and celery. And I always thought it was pretty healthy. Well, it drives my blood sugar through the roof. But I'm thinking now, we blamed it on the pork, and that may be part of it. But I'm thinking now it's probably the potatoes. After this potato thing today, I got a pretty good eye-opener on that. So no, I took 1,000 milligrams of metformin night and morning, and I'd have to get the bottle to tell you. And I took two glucotrol pills night and morning, and now the only thing I'm taking is a metformin. I don't use any glucotrol at all anymore. Already, just in 30 days. It's crazy. I was high. I certainly was. A lot higher than I even realized. This thing is a miracle. And it shows what's happened to me all day long on this little circle graph. You know, whether I've been high, how much I've been high, how much I've been normal, and how much I've been low. And it really gives you a bird's eye view of what the hell's going on. Very enlightening. That's what I use, and it works for me. I also took a pill called allopurinol. There's like roast beef will give you gout, like red ripe tomatoes. I think that varies in people, actually, but those are a couple of things that I really liked, and in order to eat them, I had to take these pills. But I've done away with them because that acid level has dropped to the point where I don't need them anymore either. It's amazing I'm very active. I have a pretty active lifestyle. And I'm amazed that I'm rarely hungry. You know, I'm usually just hungry when just about it's time for me to eat anyway. And it doesn't take much food to fill me up. Now, I don't know how to explain that either, but I can tell you that I think it's this blood sugar thing. It's working well, Nick. Really working well. Yep. That's the miracle of it. At this point, I'm not having any qualms about paying for it and I don't have a lot of money by any stretch either, but I'm sure is saving my life.